Lucky Boys Podcast.
If you take a red pill, you'll be able to see all the truths, which means like your innocence will be gone. So if there are such things as UFOs and you wanted the answer to that, boom, you'd have that knowledge, right? If something was a conspiracy and they said, oh, no, it's not, and this is the news, and you go, oh, shoot, you're able to see through to the truth. You'll know the truth of everything. Your innocence is completely gone. Would you take that red pill?
That is a profound question. I think...
Or would you take the blue pill? Continue to live in ignorance and bliss.
I don't know if I have the capacity to take every reality, like everything that's real in, because I always want to look at the good in everything, the positive, but also the reality of it. It's not all positive, and I think I have that realization, and I think I'll be okay taking the red pill.
You're getting the true taste. You're getting the true knowledge of what it took for it to be on the plate.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're looking at how the world functions, governments, military, corporations,
yeah,
all of that, you're getting straight to the truth. Not saying it's good or bad, but it's the truth for better or for worse.
Right.
You will take that red pill.
I think I will.
Ooh.
I think I will. But my reaction to that will be, I think, based on really emotion. Because there was this video that I saw, and I think that's how I relate the red pill to this video I saw. So it's this guy. He's being interviewed, and he's asked a question by the interviewer. If during this time, would you open up even though people will die, right? And he said, like, how many lives are you willing to risk to reopen the economy? And he said, like, oh, maybe 70, maybe 80, 100 people, will die, and he'll be okay with that. That cost of life versus, cost of not reopening. And then the interviewer brought out all his friends and family. And then he saw all his friends and family, and he asked the same question. Now, these people are going to die. These 70 people that you said are expendable, right? He said, these 70 people are 100 people, they're going to die. Now, how would you like to change your answer, or would you stick with the same answer that you gave? And then he said, I want to change my answer now, because now he realizes in reality, his family could die. Yeah. His friends could die.
There are faces to that figure.
Right, that
it's
number.
Not just a statistic.
Exactly. So I think I would want to know the truth, but for me to react to that truth really depends on who's being affected, right? If it's affecting my friends and family, obviously I'm going to change my decision based on that, because I don't want them, being affected by this.
I think at that level, for most humans, doesn't matter what age they are or how mentally mature they think they are, they will not be able to handle the truth individually.
At that
most people.
At that age, or just you're talking about most people?
Any age. I don't care if you're 100 years old, right? Any age. Especially if you've been taught that this was your truth your whole life. And then to have a 180 worldview to go, oh, snap, saying everything that you believed in is not true anymore, or it's only partially true. I think it'll disrupt a lot of people's lives emotionally. I think it'll make them question, what in the world? I believed in this fully and it's not true. And just that individually, that impact that it's going to have. In addition to that, as a society, there is no doubt that we will not be able to handle it. As a society as a whole, I think markets will tumble, cars will be on fire, people will riot. I believe in that strongly, that if the whole world took a red pill, it would be a big problem. I think that's why, I think that's one of the top, not the reason, but is one of the top reasons we don't know everything, or we don't have that type of transparency where it's controlled because for our own good. And that's me looking at the glass half full. I know that's a half full take on it. Just look at any parents and the way they are with their children, their kids. They know that there is a lot of things that they need to protect their child from. A lot of information where they need to filter. Like they don't curse around their children, right? They don't show violence on TV, right? They're not going to show Hannibal Lecter to a child. You know, you're not going to watch Saving Private Ryan, right? These are shows you can't let children watch because it could just damage them mentally, right? It's just going to accelerate their growth too fast. You want them to have a happy childhood. I think in a lot of cases, it's like that. I think we're not as mature or ready for the truth like we think we are, right? Because I think if we really showed people what the world is really like outside of our bubble, I think people's heads would explode. Figuratively, I think people's heads would explode, man.
That kind of makes me think of cults, how cults are, born, because people need they don't have a filter on certain things. So it's like these minds are so mendable, that's why like these cult leaders can like come in and say, oh, this is what's going to happen, the world's ending, and then all of a sudden they commit suicide.
Wait, how do you think cults start? Because they are very...
Some people, like you said, like a majority of people, they're not strong mentally, and their minds are so malleable. So you have some strong figure that comes in and puts this information in front of them and causes them to, follow these people.
Sure, I think that's part of it. I think another part of it is education. I think if you don't have the knowledge and there's just that space, that mind space, and you're looking to fill that void, and someone comes in with ultra charisma and is able to make sense of your confusion and fill that space with a lot of stuff that appears on the surface to make a lot of fucking sense, you begin to follow this person religiously. And if they give you a good feeling inside, you start feeling fulfilled, you start getting feelings of purpose, then everything else is going to follow. You feeling that mind-body connection through this person. But what that person is selling is snake oil, right? Then yeah, that could be a big problem. But if you have the education and you know what signs to look out for, where you can identify when something like that is happening, you go, oh, time out. You could right away, even if you're feeling good, you can go, I'm going to step back here. I'm going to step back here. I mean, just to pull it back in other terms, like if I'm dating someone, she's looking super hot. She's looking super hot and we're just hanging out and she's saying all the right things, man. But let's just say I've been through that lap already. I could spot a gold digger. I could spot like just something's off, man. Everything is checking. Everything, like she's saying all the right things. She's looking perfect. Just the way, she's splitting the bill, whatever it is. But I could just, there's something there, maybe it's a micro thing that she did, just something little that she didn't do. Or maybe it's something that she didn't say. Then I'm going, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to go, you know what? I see what that is. A lot of guys have that. A lot of girls have that too, where they're dating a guy. He's, handsome, charismatic, very nice.
He's checking the boxes.
He's checking the boxes, man. And a girl, let's say a girl, she's been around the block in a sense where she's dated her fair share of crappy guys, and where they change up after they get what they want. And then, they'll be able to spot a guy like, playing those games because, it's pretty uniform.
Yeah, there's a type, right?
They
recognize the type.
That's what I'm saying. If you have that education
or the experience that you've been through it before.
Exactly. Yeah. You're likely not to do it again.
Yeah.
Unless they change the game up. Where you're like, oh no, this one's right.
I mean, people are very clever nowadays. They
But
switch the game up.
again, it goes to your point though, the malleable here, like where people are just they fall for everything.
That's just what I'm saying. That's how I interpret like what you said before. Is like most people are like that. They have that empty space in their head where they have to fill that void. Versus, so that happens, and they wouldn't take the red pill. They would take the blue pill. Most people would
Take the blue pill.
blue pill. Yeah.
Yo, I've went back and forth on that, man. Like I've actually like stayed up thinking about this. I know it's really weird.
No,
but
it's hard.
I stayed up thinking about it because I really like my reflex is to go, you know what? Yeah, I want the truth. Tell me the damn truth. I want the red pill. And then I'm going, wait, time out, man.
You might see something in your family that you might not like.
What if I can't
That's the
handle
thing.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
What if I can't handle it? Where like it goes against my integrity, my morals, right? Like someone I'm that's my close friend, someone I work for, someone I work with, and I'm starting to like I'm going, whoa, wait, that's what y'all do, or some brand that I like to purchase and endorse, and some director that I like or film that I like. Now I can't even appreciate that.
You said some stupid shit that you don't agree with.
Or you're a racist, or you're
Exactly.
So I'm just going, it makes me take a step back and go, well, do I really want to know the truth? Do I really, really want to know? And part of enjoying the steak is not killing the cow. If I have to see and like a cow
Slaughtered. Yeah.
and slaughtered and everything, like if I honestly think I'd be a vegetarian. I'd be a hardcore vegan, man.
It's like going back to the story about the guy who saw he really had to think about it when he actually saw faces
Right.
to the people.
Right.
Like if you saw a face on a cow, you actually see the emotions. You see their
if I see that
you
cow,
see the eyes.
if I had to spend like a week with the cow, like and it's frolicking and I'm, and I get to know the cow and let's say it has a personality and it's smart. Or like, let's say a pig. They say a pig is equivalent to a 3 or 4 year old child. And if I see a pig with that type of level of intelligence, emotions, and a capacity for love, loyalty, all of that stuff, and just care for one another and just have empathy as well, and I see a lot of good in that pig, fuck, man. Like that's it. It's a wrap. I'm just eating like
Your best friend, bro.
I'm eating green stuff all day,
Yeah.
man. Like I can't do that.
There's a lot of emotions involved.
So that's what I'm saying. So in that sense, I'm already taking the blue pill. In that sense, I'm already taking the blue pill.
So on
man.
a scale, like, would you take the red pill or the blue pill?
I think sometimes I want to take the blue, sometimes I want to take the red. And I think we live in that society where most people want to choose what they want to believe in. Some things you want to know the truth, and some things you don't, man. You really don't.
That's interesting to think about.
I think
you choose the blue pill or the red pill based on
what you enjoy.
Yeah.
And what you can handle.